Hi guys, today we talk about humility. Let's just see where this conversation leads us. I strongly believe that humility plays such a huge role in our personal development journey. I think of it as embracing a teachable spirit, the understanding that you are not better than anyone or more important than anyone. In fact, the Bible tells us that do not consider yourself more highly than you ought to, considering others better than you. Don't get me wrong, there's a place for acknowledging our achievements and accomplishments, but how you say it is what really matters, because you are showing that you understand that it's not by your own doing, it's by grace. All these things you have achieved by grace, the grace that God gives us. Let's just look at this example. There's a role that is needed for a leader, for a team maybe that is going through a team building, or something is needed for a group of people to work together, and a leader is needed. So you having the capacity for that and knowing down deep that you can do it, you can look at it in two different ways. You can look at it like, finally someone has seen me. So finally I can show people what I can do, that arrogant attitude. And you can also look at it from the perspective of, wow, like what a privilege. I actually get to nurture people in a team and showcase, and just show people that they can count on me, they can trust me to lead a team. Now that's what humility does for us in our self-growth journey. There are so many advantages of us being humble and just walking in that teachable spirit. And the first thing is we get to learn. The goal is to become better every day, right? And with humility, you understand that I don't know everything. I don't know everything, and there is room for me to grow. I can actually learn more things. And with learning comes a lot of criticism. There comes a lot of feedback. And so you want to be very careful, of course, with who you're taking feedback from, because not everyone is wishing you well at the same time, right? We have to acknowledge that. So with humility, you have that understanding of, actually, there might be a feedback here that I won't like, but I need to embrace it. I need to hear it for me to grow. And that kind of attitude is what fosters continuous learning, because we can approach it from a different perspective, because the opposite of humility then is pride, right? And you can look at it like, what are these people telling me? Like, have they not seen what I can do? You come with that attitude and you miss out on so much, because there is so much knowledge to receive from others and different places. So if you have that attitude of, I can't be told and not corrected, then you miss out on a lot of things. So humility allows us to learn, and that is what we want at the end of the day, right? We are growing ourselves. We are on a journey of growth and discovering ourselves, and that means we have to learn. So humility. The next thing that humility does for us is it allows us to introspect. It helps with our introspection. It's very easy to be biased with our introspection, because as human beings, we love compliments. We love to focus on the things that we have achieved, the things that we have done well. That's where we put our energy. We tend to forget that this other side, the negative side, also needs to be worked on. So humility helps you acknowledge, by the way, I am weak at this point. These are the things that I need help with. And most of the times people talk about, especially outsiders, they tend to talk about our achievements, because that is what we put out there and that's what they see. And so they talk about those things that we have achieved. They talk about the areas that we are good, but there's still like a ton of things that we don't tend to focus on. But you see, what we are missing out on is that these things could get to our head. These achievements and accolades that we get from people, they can actually get to our head, and we focus so much on that and forget, but I'm a person who is a people pleaser. I'm a person who is this and this, and I need to work on those things, right? But when you are alone or with people that you love, people that know you like deep down, those people will call out such things in you and make you understand, hey, by the way, you need to come from your high horse and just work on yourself. We are all work in progress. So I think humility gives us a good introspection, like on ourselves. We look at ourselves from different sides and we work on those different sides, the good and the bad, because at the end of the day, we need to improve on all these areas, right? And something else is that our weaknesses is what comes to bite us in the end. And if we don't focus on that, if we don't work on that, it will be painful for us. So humility does that. Humility sorts that out for us before we even get there. So I think that's one of the advantages of working in humility in our personal development journey. Humility teaches you how to live with others. You know, we all come from very diverse backgrounds. There are people who are disadvantaged in some areas. You know, people have money, others don't. People come from good education backgrounds, others don't. There are people who dress well, others talk, you know, like they talk really nicely, and we admire those things, but others are not privileged to have such things. Humility allows you to embrace people with their differences and just embrace them with a lot of compassion and empathy, just for the fact that they are human beings. Yeah, it teaches you to not sideline people just because they have nothing to offer you. The perfect example that comes to mind is Christ. You know, when you look at the book of Philippians chapter 2, from verse 1 to 11, there's a whole story there of how Christ forfeited heaven to come and dwell with us and then in us, so that we can, you know, learn things from him, learn how to exist with people. We received a lot of comfort from him so that we can also extend comfort to others. And that is what humility does for us. We learn to actively listen to people, not because of their importance or what is, you know, like what is in it for us. It's a matter of this person is human and I need to pay attention to them, whether they can give me this or not, right? And from Christ, we have the perfect example of how to be humble and how to respond in humility to different circumstances. And you know, even when you are with disadvantaged people, there's a way you can talk about your achievements in a manner that does not demean them or, you know, make you look very prideful. There's a way you can talk about it, because you don't need to lie about things so that you can identify with people. You don't need to say you don't have money just because you want to identify with someone, because then that makes you to be a liar. At the end of the day, we want to walk in a way that shows Christ to people, in a way that allows people to feel included and accepted with the, you know, with the different backgrounds and different uniqueness. Humility will help you to look at things from a different perspective. Remember that leadership example we used when you were starting, and we said how you look at it, how you approach it is very critical to how you respond, and it can be a chance for you to be boastful or be very, you know, positive about it and see it as an opportunity to learn. Yeah. And let me get a bit personal here. There's a time I was asked to do something and I hesitated because I had the fear of becoming prideful while doing it. And so I took time to pray and, you know, just see what God's take on that was. And he reminded me that the ability even to do that thing that I'm asked to do is him. You know, it comes from him. So when I am doing it, it should be for him and not for somebody else. It shouldn't be for me. It shouldn't be for my own, you know, selfish motives. It should be for the glory of God. So since I got that understanding, I have been making a constant prayer that, hey, God, I really need to be grounded and know that this gift, this ability comes from you, and I can't use it for my own, you know, selfish gains. So I think that makes me approach it differently now. So that's what we are saying, that humility helps you to see things from a very different perspective. And I truly hope that even in that situation, in whichever situation that you are in, like, you get to experience a different side of it. You won't look at it as an opportunity for you to be prideful, because the whole opposite of humility is pride. So yeah, I pray that you get to see things in a different perspective as you walk in humility. The last thing is that humility will fuel your growth mindset. You know, humility helps you understand that you are on a journey and every day is a chance for you to perfect it, you know. And so you constantly seek improvement. Even when times are difficult, you know, you have to persist, because you can actually be like, that thing is so unfair, I shouldn't be going through this, you know, and that is very selfish in some way. When you are going through a difficult time, people will be there to assist you, people will be there to support you, but it's so unfair for you to, you know, come out as someone who is taking advantage of someone. There's a lot of someones there, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. You can respond to that with a desire to grow and a genuine desire to overcome that challenge, or you can be always at the mercy of people and, you know, making people feel very sorry for you. That is not a good thing. That is not a good, I don't think it's humility in any way. I feel like it's you taking advantage of others. Embrace the difficult times as they come and seek improvement. Yeah, seek solutions. See how you can get out of that fix so that you are not burdening people with feeling sorry for you. They want to assist you, but they have to also sort other things in life. They are dealing with a lot of things in life, not just your issues. Yeah, so think of it that way. Think of it as a way of fueling your growth mindset. I know that was a mouthful and a lot, but I just needed to share that message. Yeah, let me know your take on it. Give the video a thumbs up and see you in one of my other videos. Bye.